Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 546 days, Ukraine defends itself against the forces of the Russian invasion. Yesterday, Ukrainians celebrated National Flag Day. On 23rd August, Kyiv hosted a meeting of the Crimean platform dedicated to the question of the occupation of the peninsula. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine Dmytro Kuleba announced that Serbia, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, UNESCO, and several other countries and international organizations joined the Crimean Platform Summit, thus increasing the number of participants to 67, reports European Pravda. This was the third summit of the Crimean Platform. Among the top guests who personally came to Ukraine were the President of Lithuania Gitanas Nausėda, the President of Portugal Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, and Prime Minister of Finland Petteri Orpo. Polish President Andrzej Duda said in his video address to the participants of the summit that the preservation of the entire world order depends on the outcome of Russia's war against Ukraine, including whether it will be able to seize Crimea. According to him, the occupation of Crimea is a global problem, as not solving it will mean agreeing to a new security architecture in the world, a new world order which is based on the law of force, an order imposed by Russia. In her speech at the summit, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni assured Ukraine of support and called the West's reaction to the Russian aggression of 2014 erroneous and insufficient. "We were wrong and we have to admit it," said the Prime Minister. At a press conference within the framework of the Crimean Platform, a journalist asked President Volodymyr Zelensky whether there would be an increase or acceleration of mobilization given the counteroffensive and losses, and whether everyone would have to serve in the army, reports BBC News Ukraine. The head of state did not give a direct answer. Quote, "Frankly speaking, the military command addressed me to give them the opportunity to mobilize more. That's it, I can't tell you anything else yet," unquote, said Zelensky. President Volodymyr Zelensky responded to criticism that Ukraine's armed forces are allegedly concentrating their troops in the wrong places instead of where they should be during the ongoing counteroffensive, reports Radio Liberty. He pointed out that Russia has 200,000 military in Ukraine's east. According to Zelensky, the experts' proposal is this: let's take our armed forces away from there and move them somewhere else. I think that in this case the situation will be as follows: a couple of days to take Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, then the invaders will advance towards Pavlograd, Dnipro, and cut us off from the river banks, said the head of state. He stressed that Ukraine will not give up Kharkiv, Donbas, Pavlograd, or Dnipro, and that's that. And let all the analysts in the world not even count on it, Zelensky said. Previously, the New York Times, citing the opinion of US and other Western officials, said that the armed forces of Ukraine are not concentrating their troops where they should be during the counteroffensive, and advised the change of tactics. Accordingly, US planners advised Kyiv to focus on the front in the Melitopol area, which is Kyiv's top priority, and on breaking through Russian minefields and other defenses, even if Ukrainians lose more soldiers and equipment in the process. Only with a change of tactics and a sharp transition can the pace of the counteroffensive be changed, US officials believe. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family, as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian forces liberated the village of Robotyne, southern Ukraine, reports LBUA. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Valery Zaluzhny, posted a video from the village with the Ukrainian flag flying over it. The caption under the video says, "Robotyne, Happy National Flag Day, Ukraine." Ukrainian troops entered the village on 22nd of August and organized the evacuation of civilians, while the Russians shelled the village with artillery. Russian media and Russian Federal Air Transport Agency informed that on 23rd of August, a small plane with Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, on board, had crashed in Tver Oblast, reports Ukrainska Pravda. All 10 people on board were reportedly killed. The media informed that in addition to Prigozhin himself, his deputy Dmitry Utkin, who went under the name Wagner, was also on board the plane. When asked to comment, US President Joe Biden suggested that his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin may be behind the plane crash, as not much happens in Russia that Putin is not behind. At the same time, Biden stressed that he doesn't know enough to know the answer. Analysts of the Institute for the Study of War believe that Putin took revenge for the humiliation of the Wagner Group's mutiny and ordered the assassination of their leadership. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just two people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.